Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Daily Events Worldwide, and we are on March 18th, 2025. Welcome to another surviving day on the planet, and welcome to the Volcanic Activity Report and as well planetary positions for March 2025. Having a look now at our little solar system where our little planet spins around the magnificent sun. This is a look at our planetary positions right now as we have Venus and Mercury in between the sun and Earth, so they have gone retrograde with us. On the other side, we've got Saturn and Neptune, Jupiter close in behind, Uranus on the outside, looking in, Neptune out there as well, and Pluto to the left. But we're all still kind of in one corner of our pie, except for Earth, Venus, Mercury, and Mars right now. And Earth is going to experience a retrograde here with Venus and Mercury right up until the end of March, as this will take quite some time for Venus to go past us, as you see Mercury go past Venus past March 31st. But this retrograde will last all month long. Stay tuned, stay aware, and prepared as we do see an uptick during these events, especially spring equinox 2025, which is going to be an interesting one. Now let's have a look at our volcanoes erupting around the world. All the orange icons showing activity, yellow showing unrest, reds actively erupting. So we're going to start out here at the Aleutian Islands, move up into Alaska, the Great Sitkin volcano, minor seismicity and erupting warning, as well the Korovin volcano, Katmai, and as well a new one here, awakening. Lots of earthquakes have been up in this region. The Spur volcano showing elevated gas emissions now has moved to an elevated yellow level, showing unrest. And then, of course, Hawaii has been very, very active since before Christmas 2024. Kilauea volcano has erupted since March 12th, as there was quite the lava lake and then cooled. And then let's get to Mexico and Guatemala. Of course, the Popocatépetl volcano, one of the most active volcanoes on the planet. Santiaguito, Fuego, which over these past couple weeks has put on quite a display of explosive, effusive eruptions. San Cristobal volcano since June 2025, Tilica volcano since January 2025, minor activity and seismicity. And then look at this, Masaya volcano, as well as Conception, Rincon de la Vieja. There's about a dozen volcanoes through Guatemala and Mexico that are actively erupting, as well parts of Colombia here, with the Nevada de Ruiz volcano, Parache, Reventador, Cotopaxi, and Sangay. And then out over here, Fernandina, into the Cocos Plate, now into Peru with Sabancaya and Obinas. Look at all the earthquakes, Chile, right down the coastline today. Calakui volcano, that is a new one. Copahu is not new, but that is red. Villarrica, 3 active volcanoes through Chile. Then in the South Sandwich Islands region, Michael volcano, which has shown quite a few eruptions over the past couple weeks. We've got lots of sulfur dioxide emissions in the southern hemisphere. And then we get to El Doño in Africa, as well as Nyiragongo and Miragira. And then recently, Fantail and Dauphin. January they erupted. awakened, actually. They weren't even showing signs of activity. And then as well, Urta Ale, the Shield volcano. And then we get to Greece, where we could quite possibly see an eruption still at Santorini. Active, very active at Etna over the past couple weeks. And as well, Stromboli. Campi Flegrei, lots of earthquakes have been reported around that old volcano. Up into Iceland, the massive Vardabunga volcano. Showing signs of activity, my friends and family. Stay aware and prepared. There are 75 active and erupting volcanoes across this planet right now. Tikira, Bravo, just a couple notable volcanoes that are showing signs of unrest through the Atlantic. Carrying on here, Barren Island volcano. And then now into Sumatra, Silawa Agam volcano, Merapi, Kerinci, Dempo, and Krakatoa. Merapi, as well as Semeru, Rung volcano, Agung, Luatobi, Luatolo, Bandasi. There's been a lot of earthquakes through the region. Gamalama, Dakono, and Ibu, northern Indonesia, Karangatang, and the Rung volcano. Moving up into the Philippines with the Mayan, and as well Taal. South Japan Islands, submarine volcanoes, Nishinoshima and Iwajima. South of Japan here, Suisanojima, Kikai, and quite impressive eruptions at Sakurajima over the past couple weeks. Seem to coincide with Fuego on the other side of the Pacific. Notable, Iwajima and Nishinoshima. We're going to see some huge landmasses forming in the future. South of Kamchatka, Russia, with Ebeko and Alade. And then through Kamchatka, Kermisky, Bezimiani, Shuvaluch, and as well Klutchevskoy, who have all been very active over the past couple weeks, hence the intense sulfur dioxide emissions across the northern hemisphere and the south. Now, we're not done yet, folks. We're moving into Papua New Guinea now with Manam, Langila, Ulawan, and Bagana. And then into New Caledonia, Tinakula, Ayoba, into Fiji now, getting ready, Yasser, and as well the Matthew Island volcano. Now into Fiji with the Home Reef and Tofua. And then we get to New Zealand, where there's been a lot of earthquakes recently. The White Island volcano, last eruption date, 24th of February, has been active and showing signs of unrest since. And then the one and only active and erupting volcano that we know of in Antarctica, the mighty Erebus, still an actively erupting volcano. 75 volcanoes erupting across the world. That's a lot of volcanoes. We've been in the 70s now for the past couple months. We're going to get up into the 80s and the 100s right around 2030. And this is what they're not telling you. Our air is going to change. Our atmosphere is going to change as these volcanic eruptions get greater, more frequent, and more numerous. Just showing here all of the dormant volcanoes around the world. All the green triangles are dormant. So this is just a taste of what our planet can do during a solar cycle. Solar cycle 25. Something our planet hasn't experienced since the late 1600s and 1800s, back during the Carrington event. Now let's have a look at our sulfur dioxide emissions forecast here, brought to you by the active and erupting volcanoes around the world. There are 75 large eruptions at Popocatépetl and as well Kamchatka, eastern Russia, Japan. Our planet is being inundated by some pretty nasty sulfur dioxide emissions from very active cratons. Stay tuned. Check out the live stream right now. Earthquakes around the world, volcanic updates as they happen, satellite maps. This is a look at all the sulfur dioxide emissions forecast around the world. 75 volcanoes erupting during a time that I've been warning about since 2017 when I started my channel. It was called Morning Dew, Daily Events Worldwide when I started, and it grew quickly to Daily Events Worldwide, and now we're sitting at almost 98 or 89,000 followers. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for following along. Stay tuned for the next update. Keeping humanity aware and prepared. Hashtag no fear here, just aware and prepared. Thanks for watching. Good night. Keep sharing and caring. Bye-bye now.